Friends and my students. Today we are going to discuss about the fact of our textbook. Why we have to use textbooks more in our teaching learning process. What is the role of textbook and how our syllabus is arranged in our textbook. As we know, in computer application textbook, all the different chapters are properly arranged. See, last year in our textbook, different chapters were properly formulated and arranged. That is why we could learn properly all the chapters included in our book. We had learned about computers, programs, programming language C++, and now we know how to write small programs also. We could identify our skill, our logic. Then we had learned about internet, networking, etc. We know that computer is nothing but a tool for this generation, for this era. That is why on par with that fact, all the chapters are arranged in our book. See, usually whenever we are in learning process, what we will do? We will keep away the textbook from our premises. We will totally depend upon the teacher's explanation, teacher's class. Don't do that, because textbook can play an important role in our learning process. Because textbooks are formed by different experts. See, that is a laborious task. That is a wonderful task to design a textbook. That is why don't keep the textbook away from your premises. As far as our textbook is concerned, it has some speciality or peculiarity, because all the facts are arranged in a stipulated manner. Okay, let us come to our syllabus. See, we can subdivide our syllabus into, or content into, different sections. I can say first section tells about C++ again. Last year we had already learned about C++ a little bit. I can say a droplet of C++ learned during the last year. This year its continuation is though. That is why first chapter is review of C++ programming. We are going to review, means we will learn the things learned during the last year again. It is a small chapter. See, it tells about character set as well as a language is concerned. It has character set, because we know in Malayalam A, E, E, just like that. It's in English A, B, C, D, etc. See, in C++ programming language also such type of characters we are going to learn. We learned that, we are going to discuss it again. And about control structures, loops, then what is the nested loop, and one more thing is this year we are going to learn about jump statement. Okay, it's not a difficult task in front of you. Next chapter is arrays. See, that is a quite challenging and interesting chapter. I don't think that it is quite challenging, but interesting. Let's see that. And one more chapter connected with C++ is functions. Because ready-made programs you are going to get, you just use it. You need not write the code to do few things, but we can just use the function. You just give some parameter, some value, just give such type of functions we are going to learn. Ready-made and user-defined functions we are going to learn. That is nothing but the end of C++ during this year. Okay. Next chapter tells about internet applications, how to design a web page. Web technology means how to design website and different types of web pages, static, dynamic. See, such type of things are it is interesting. It is very simple also. I don't think that it is challenging. It is very simple but interesting because whenever we are seeing a chapter very simple, unknowingly, what will happen? We can enjoy it. Okay. Next aspect is nothing but what is that? We will learn few terms: cascading, style sheet, and what is that? Basics of HTML documents. HTML means hypertext markup language. Forms, about tables, about list. Very simple. Don't worry about that. It is very simple. Easily you can write a code for preparing such type of HTML content. Next chapter about client scripting language. Client scripting using JavaScript. JavaScript is also simple but powerful because you are going to see. Wait and see. Next, after creating a web page, how we can upload the pages in a server. We know that once water is pumped into a tank, then only all can be access the water. Just like that, once you uploaded the website into a server, if anybody has internet connection, they can access the file. So different methods we are going to. Database concept. About database management system, how to manage that huge amount of data we are managing during this era. See, elaborate explanations will be done in this particular chapter. That is purely a theory chapter. See, that has more relevance during this era. During this century, it has more relevance. Now, see, usually we are saying that those who have more data, they will become the king of this era. See, we are going to see that. And next aspect is nothing but how can we access the data from the database? See, that is using SQL, structured query language. It is not a query, it is query language. So whenever we are using the word, you just use just like that, SQL query language. So not SQL query language. Okay. Next, we will tell about ERP planning, see, enterprise resource planning. We will see that is a small chapter, that is purely theory chapter. Trends and issues in IT. See, it is a dynamic chapter because daily huge amount of developments are happening in the field of information technology. So that is why it is not a constant chapter, it is a dynamic chapter. Changes are there. But we have to learn what are the things explained in this particular chapter. Okay. This is nothing but an eye view upon our syllabus. Remember, I said that at the initial stages, I said that our textbook is a little bit innovative. See, in our textbooks, you can see so many icons, let us do. There exists provision for you to do something using different questions, different activities. You have to be very careful about that. So, because apart from the content, we have to learn something else. For example, if you are going to tell about a virus, immediately additional information will be given in the particular textbook. Additional information is there. Such type of information boxes are there. Actually, that is not for the evaluation, but for your knowledge database. You can read and you can put it in your pocket. Means you can keep that is your credit. That is not for evaluation. And again, so many questions are for you for practice. So, in a chapter, such type of things are included. Apart from that, at last, in every chapter, a conclusion paragraph is also that you have to read it well. Because that is nothing but the quintessence of the chapter. So don't forget to read the conclusion. Okay, for the time being, that is enough for you.